Chad has sent out all the Chinese workers from Chad. It has said enough is enough. It is not going to tolerate a country that is trying to take out their resources while giving them none.
Any whites in Africa is not secure. If anybody has issue with what I'm saying,
welcome to GhanaPlusTv, the digital heartbeat of Africans' truths. This is more than just a channel. It is a movement, a space where African stories are told by African voice, raw, rare, and unapologetic. From culture to current affairs, from untold stories to breaking news, we bring you the narrative that matters, the one mainstream media skips, the one that spaces our identity, our power, our future. If you are looking for a truth, pride, and perspective, you are in the right place. Subscribe, like, share, and stay connected. Let's own our story together.
So we have some major breaking news coming from Chad. So yesterday I told you that Chad is now joining the AES, the Sahel states, and Chad is not joking with foreign powers that are exploiting its country. So the latest being, Chad has sent out all the Chinese workers from Chad. It has said enough is enough. It is not going to tolerate a country that is trying to take out their resources while giving them none. Now, the reason as to why Chad has sent out all the Chinese workers from Chad is when the Chinese are given a job in Africa, they don't want to employ Africans in managerial roles. So they come with their managers, they come with their supervisors, they come with everybody from China. And these people don't want to be paid the way the Africans are paid who are now employed in those projects. They want to be given a lot of money. They want to be treated unequal to those people. And the president of Chad, Mahat Debi, said enough is enough. How can we give you a contract and then you cannot even employ our own people and we are giving you all the money that you want? So he has decided that from today henceforth he is going to use Africans to build the roads and everything, and he is no longer going to give China any contract. And more so, he is now joining the Sahel states.
For the new Africa that we must build, the black race across the nations of the world, for us to build our dignity, to arrange ourselves, and to make the mark that we need to make in our generation. Here are things that has been said concerning us. They say to us that we have limits. Some even say that we don't have history. We don't understand history. That we are not civilized enough. They say we cannot control ourselves, our emotions, our resources, our land, our minerals, our people. They say we don't have power. All these things are what they have put in our brains. Over 500 years ago, they made our men and our women from the same family to mate. And no wonder we have a high rise of mental situation among the black. There are a lot of things that has been done to us. A lot of things that have been done to limit, to corrupt, to destroy, and to make sure we never get to that place. And this is what is termed our limits. This is what we define as our limits. I want you to know that as real as history sound, but the limit over our heads as blacks all over the world, and especially those in the continent of Africa, the motherland, I want you to have an understanding that the limits are not real. The limits are not real. Yes, we have all those situations in the past, but the limits are not real. There are old voices. There are old belief systems. They are the things that they want us to hold on to and stay in. But if we must build a new Africa, if blacks across the nations of the world, whether you are in the Caribbean or you are in the Bahamas, or you are in the continent of Africa, or you are in the European, you are in America, you are in Asia, we are all one, and there is no limit over our heads. We may have been raised in different continents, in different world, in different region. We may have been raised with different ethnicity, languages, and all of that, but there is no limit, except the one we impose on ourselves. Our past failure maybe amplifies in our heads, maybe staring at us in the face. When we go to museum, the picture might be painted to our face of what we have been through, where we're coming from. But remember, we are warriors. We are fighters. We have overcome so much. We have defeated so much. We have endured so much. We have persevered so much. We have conquered so much. And if our ancestors were able to overcome those things, and we are still here, despite all we have been through, then we can still win again. Our silence fear need to be eliminated. As we walk on the ground, we walk on the streets, we fly in the air, or we sail on the sea, as we sit in the office, wherever we find ourselves, there is this silence fear. But we must not allow such fear to limit us from making progress. Why? Because we are not our past. We did not create those past. We did not make those past. And even if it's the mistake of our ancestors and our forefathers, mistakes are bound to be made, but they can be corrected. You are not your past, Africa. They have tried to box us in every possible way, mentally, spiritually, economically, socially. But now is the time to shatter the box. It's time to break the box, because we have what it takes to shatter the box. We have what it takes to break the mold. The mold that they have put us, they have caged us, they have labeled us, they have sold us. It is time to break the mold. Africans, we can rewrite our own story. We can flip the chapter. We can turn on the switch. We can do the impossible. Because we got the spirit that is not timid or limited. Our spirit man cannot be caged, cannot be jailed, cannot be tamed. It is time for us to listen to the voice of the future. It's a new voice. And I believe once we don't hold ourselves in the box, once we don't see the box as a limitation and the mold as a barrier, we can write and rewrite our own story. We are not born to be boxed in. We are not born to be limited. We can create a new future. They say we don't have good leaders. It is true that generation after generation have not been able to produce political leaders. But I want you to remember that we've had amazing leaders in our history, just that their testimony were wiped. Their power were covered. Their contribution were dim. Their light were covered. But now it's time for us to put ourselves on the table. We cannot light the candle of this generation and put it under a table. I want you to remember that Africa holds one of the greatest power on the planet Earth. If Japan can do it, Africa can do it. If America can do it, Africa can do it. If Europe can do it, Africa can do it. If Singapore was able to build their city, we can do it. If we travel to Qatar and we see what they're doing, we can build our cities as well. We can build our nations as well. There is nothing that is impossible. Those of you in the Caribbean, those of you in the Bahamas, those of you in Africa, in America, it is time to rewrite history. But first off, we must hold ourselves accountable. We must tell ourselves we're going to dare the impossible. The dream might be so scary, but it's not impossible. The world will always remember those who will look fear in the face and say, we will move. We will move. Those who look at fears in the face and say, move. Nothing great was ever achieved without a people that believe in themselves and are willing to leave their comfort zone to make the necessary sacrifice for the future that they desire. Remember, we cannot sit in the box any longer. I want you to type it in the comment section. We cannot sit in the box. We cannot sit in the mold anymore. It is time for us to break the box, to shatter the box, and to rewrite our own story. Yes, Africa, we can do it. If you believe we can do it, I want you to hit that plus button. Give me a follow. I need over 10,000 follows on this. I want you to spread this message to sons and daughters of Africa, home and abroad. It is time for us to do it ourselves. It is time for us to rewrite our history. If you want to be part of this movement, I want you to share this. I want you to subscribe. I want you to follow. And I want you to leave me your comment in the comment section. I believe in Africa. I love Africa. I love the black race.
We are in charge. We are in charge. So there are so many reasons why they want to actually take away Ibrahim Traore. I gave 3 reasons why they actually want to unalive Ibrahim Traore. And the first reason is why I am here to talk about this. If you watch the previous videos, like I said, the first reason was because he's setting an example for the other African leaders to follow. And the West do not want this to happen. That is why they want to shut him down. Remember, anything that happens in any African country, it spreads across. That is why I am here to tell you that the time is now. Now you see those 2 pictures up there. I'm sure by now you understand where we are going with this. Before we proceed, please double tap on your screen. Hit the follow button, hit the favorite, and repost this video. Share it also so that Africans will be hopeful and always see the videos that I post. So now, this is Chad president, and this is Macron. As you know, he's smiling but he's crying. I intentionally put this picture up there. So how many African countries has actually done away with France, or actually removed France military base in their country? So number 1, we have Mali, which actually sent France packing in 2022. Burkina Faso did it in 2023. Niger also did it in 2023. Senegal says end of 2025. But as to if they have actually sent them packing, please, if you know, put it in the comment section. But I'm not here because of Senegal. Now, Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast, Ouattara asked them to actually leave. But you know what happened in Ivory Coast? They handed over the base to Ivory Coast. the French military handed over their base, even though Ivory Coast president was making noise. Oh, France will have to remove their base from here. No, they didn't remove the base. They handed over the base, and then they left 80 French troops to remain in Ivory Coast just to train the military. For what? If you want to get rid of people, get rid of people. You see, the way you are even behaving, Ouattara, that is why we don't even trust you. Very, very cunning. If you ask France to leave, why don't you send them packing? But rather you made them handed over the military base, and then 80 of their soldiers stayed to train. You think we are stupid? We are not stupid. We know what is happening. But we are going to skip over you, Ivory Coast. You are not the reason why we are here. So now, Chad. In November 2024, Chad actually ended their defense cooperation with France and asked France to send their troops out of Chad end of 2025. But it looks like January 2025. But it looks like they didn't send them back in January 2025. February, and then March, April. But I am here to tell you that Chad has officially sent French military base out of Chad as I speak. So now French troops or French military base is no longer in Chad. This is a good news, and I always like to report good news. And this is why I am saying that Africa is rising, and Ibrahim Traoré is setting an example. According to them, it is based on the attack or based on the recent chaos with the French and Burkina Faso. So just because of that, they had to step in and send them packing. Don't you like this news? I believe you do. And this is why I am here to give you the good news of Africa. There's always bad news of Africa all the time, reported by Al Jazeera, and Africans in the diaspora also hop on internet and speak bad of Africa. But I'm changing the narrative to bring the good side and the good news of Africa. So what do we say to Chad? What do we say to Chad? Congratulations, Chad. If you believe that Africa is really rising, if you believe that this is the uprising, put it in the comment section and say Africa is rising. Let me know that you are with me on this. We are still live right now. So those of you who are going to march, this is the reason why we are live. You can see the blinker right there. We are live right now. We want to know when Kenyans are marching. We know that it is on the 30th, but we don't want anyone to actually miss this. So Uganda is actually doing it in Kampala City at 9:30. Yes, Uganda is Kampala City at 9:30. You guys are meeting over there. We want to know about Kenya. Kenya said it's the CBD. Kenyans are meeting at CBD on the 30th, 9:30, same time. The other rest of the country, guys, we want to know where. If you are in America, which state, put it in the comment section so that people will not miss, because all Africans everywhere are very serious and want to be part of this match. Don't forget to put any information that you know in the comment section. Adios. See you back on the next video. Meet me in the live stream and let's discuss this.
I love what this man said when Ghanaians were protesting in solidarity with Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Let's listen to the man.
Yeah. This is a revolution. There's no going back. Okay. And you must understand, it's not for anything that a young man is taking the lead. This is a youth day. Yes. We have not killed any whites. But today, I'm telling you, if anything should happen to this man, any whites in Africa is not secure. If anybody has issue with what I'm saying, they should come from me. I am saying that we are the only people in the entire world that have not committed any crime. From slavery, changing our forefathers, exploiting all our natural resources. We are saying that enough is enough. Enough. Enough is enough to our leaders who are puppets of the West. Africa is rising. We don't need them. You, our leaders, I'm sending a message to you today. If you love the Western part of the world more than your country, get out of the country. I said get out of Ghana. Get out of Africa. We have come to stay. We are not going back. And every one of you here, take it to your house. Let's revolt against leaders who are puppets. Now, leaders who have made Africa, an extortion to the Western world. This must not happen again. Ibrahim Traore, if anything should happen to him, the entire world will have to deal with us, the youth.
I'm going to say that I'm so happy for Africa. I'm so happy that Africans has finally woken. I'm so happy Africans are no longer quiet. Africans are now speaking out. Africans are now standing up for themselves. Except some leaders who have chosen to be puppets. But the citizens of Africa has decided to stand up for themselves and fight for their freedom and fight for the liberation leaders. I must put this to Ivorians that you guys, I don't know why you have decided to allow the government to oppress you guys for so long, but it is time for you guys to stand up and fight for your freedom. Just like the way Child has joined the AES. Child has joined the AES. Africa is coming together again. And it is high time African oppression ceases. Africa extortion ceases. Africans being considered as a low life ceases. African countries being called a shithole country ceases. It is time for us to hold our leaders accountable and then push them for only the good things of Africa and not to be puppet to the white man. I believe and I know that Africa will be great again. If you believe so, type a big Amani in the comment section. Let's go. Stop playing.